I have Dollop tour dates to announce for the year 2024 of our Lord J-Town. We have our 10th anniversary show coming up in Los Angeles on April 27th. Guests are Karen Kilgariff and James Adomian. And then we are going to Australia, starting on May 13th in Perth, May 16th in Sydney, May 18th in Brisbane, May 20th in Canberra, May 22nd in Melbourne, and May 24th in Adelaide. You can get your tickets at dolloppodcast.com.
With so many apex predators around, Denver Zoo can be pretty metal. But when it comes to rockstar energy, nobody brings it like their resident flock stars. Meet Freddie, the ultimate frontman. Santana, so smooth. And Slash, always ready to slay. The whole flamingo flock has migrated to some rockin' new digs. So dress to krill and strut on over. Your visit supports wildlife conservation in Colorado and worldwide. Tickets at denverzoo.org. That's denverzoo.org.
Would you please give a very warm welcome to Mr. Gareth Reynolds and Mr. Dave Anthony of the Dollop, everyone. Give them a warm Vancouver welcome. There we go.
That died. Huh? It's Gareth. Come on, guys. You know this shit. You guys know better. Is this a good arrangement, Dave? Should I sit here?
Hey.
It's okay, buddy.
It's in here.
Ooh. Harry's Book of Magic.
This is probably the only place I can say this or I might get a reaction, so I just like to start up by saying, go Kings, right? It's true.
Good start. Go at them about their sports teams right away.
Got a little weird. They took that a little too serious.
What's fucking hockey?
It's fucking hockey, you guys. Come on,
no,
nobody cares.
No. It's not fucking hockey. It's fucking hockey. It's different.
What does that mean?
It's a different inflection. You said it's fucking hockey.
It's fucking hockey.
Yeah, no. Not here. It's fucking hockey.
I had to fucking explain curling today to my 6-year-old, so fuck you.
What mom does? No.
Oh my god, he's like, why the broom? I explained it to him, and he's like, that doesn't make no, but why?
I mean, he is just a little Dave wandering. It's like watching a little Dave absorb the world. Why really brooms? Easy, Finn. Easy, baby.
Easy.
Back it down.
Great weather. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
I walked in the rain today because I was like, I want to see the city. People are all like, it's just like, just wear like a summer coat. What the fuck is that?
A summer coat?
Do you know what weather is? Like, it's fucking cold. No, it's not. Yeah, 40's cold to other humans. I used to be friends with, do you guys know who Ian Bagg is? Really?
He's huge here, huh? Holy shit, you guys.
Local boy, Ian Bagg. But when I first started doing comedy, we hung out a lot in New York City, and it would be like 50 degrees. He'd always be walking around in shorts. It's fucking great out. I'm like, it's not fucking great out right now.
Hey, all you need is a summer coat.
Anyway, I'm happy for you guys.
I'd love to have a look at some of your summer coats.
But yeah. Hi. So we're gonna start. We did a podcast earlier in the hotel room, and
yeah, that's right. Without microphones.
Well, no. Just two guys talking.
Just two guys talking into each other.
We had a talk. About this far apart.
Yeah.
This far apart. Just a couple of dudes chatting.
Yeah. A couple of shirtless dudes chatting. Podcasting without mics. Forgetting about their families.
Just feeling the warmth of another man's breath on your face.
Mm-hmm. That's who's not turned on right now. Besides Cosby.
Did Caitlin say he'll be here tomorrow night? Did you guys hear that?
What? Oh,
Gareth will be doing the Sunday show. Is it called the Sunday show, right?
Sunday service.
Yeah, I already fucked up. Is that weird that I already got a name wrong? Gareth will be performing
tomorrow night. Stand-up and
that?
improv.
You can see him do stand-up and improv. I'll be in America.
I'm not leaving you guys.
Because I work on a television show.
All right, well... Dave,
And,
David,
I act.
Dave, sit
I act
down.
on it.
David, Dave, sit back down.
I act on it.
David,
and,
Dave.
I write on it. I've been nominated for a WGA award.
Dave.
I'll be directing.
Dave,
I'll be
Dave,
directing
stretch
one this year.
backstage.
I'll
Why are
be
you
directing.
stretching right now?
So I'll be directing.
Yeah, all right, sit down.
That's not a stretch.
Yeah.
The last one was
all right.
not a stretch.
Oh, God, things are good. Sit the fuck down.
You guys may know, just looking at what's on the movie tonight.
Oh, it's Paint Your Wagon.
Paint Your Wagon. So this plays up to date. I hope you guys know these next two guests. They are, I would call them Vancouver Giants.
Some say Vancouver Kings.
The Kings of Vancouver. I'm going to try not to fuck up one name. The other
You
one's
mean Gareth?
The other one's super easy. Ladies and gentlemen, from Stop Podcasting Yourself, Graham Clark and Dave Shemka. Did I fuck it up? I fucked it up. Did I fuck it up?
It's fine.
I got close.
Shumka.
Shemka.
Yeah.
Shumka.
How did I fuck it up? I said it to you
Shumka.
3 times.
I don't know. It's
Shamka.
Cool. Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to go.
Hi.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Alrighty. Good warm-up, though.
I mean, we
Hell
tried.
of a warm-up.
We tried.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, fuck. I just realized I didn't put a date on this one. Look. When you go...
Do your job, Anthony.
When you go to another country, you're like, I don't know anything about these fucking people. And then people start giving you ideas. Some guy wrote me a whole fucking giant thing about this hockey player.
Trevor Linden?
Nope. He's a guy who just like plays in the minors, and he played for the Sharks for a little bit. Then he got into a car accident, and now he's like a fighter. He's like a goon, but he's like the greatest goon. Like, it's crazy. And I was like, well, this guy's still alive, so I got to wait till something weird happens to him. But people send me tons of ideas, and I start getting into them, and I'd be like, this one doesn't work. So it takes a while when you don't know a country. So I finally settled on one that someone had sent me a long time ago, and I was like, fuck you. But I did that one.
Yeah.
It's a good response to someone who's
fuck
trying to
that
help.
person.
Block them and tell them to go fuck themselves. That's
So
always...
anyway, it took me a long time to settle on a story, and so I was writing it up until 6:30.
4 people were very impressed.
Yeah, they were. The reaction? You didn't say
That-
6:30 in the morning, 6:30 at night, but people, we don't know when you started, but still, wow. Wrapping it up at 6:30.
So anyway,
Well, what are you going to shout at the beginning?
1803.
Okay, you do have something.
Suckers.
Boy, she pops.
James Douglas.
All right.
Okay.
Checks out so far.
Right now, it seems pretty like on point. Was born in what is now Guyana. Fuck, I'm already drunk. Ready? His dad was a Scottish merchant.
Oh, boy. He's a good boy.
His mother was Martha Ann Teller, and she was a mixed-race lady from Barbados, so that was rare at the time. White dude doing that.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I know.
I think it's great.
Now I think it's terrific. Back then, I would have been like, sir.
David, don't elaborate.
Don't look me in the eyes.
Dave, don't elaborate.
What?
Just,
Sorry.
we're happy for them. And always would have been.
Yeah. Well, back then, I think I would have been dead by now.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I do want to apologize if I've offended anyone. I know you guys have a really large
Keep going.
black community.
Keep reading.
Also, the two were never married. So, in layman's terms, James was a bastard.
That I do not support.
But that's if you're raised by a Scottish person, it's hard to tell if that it means like you're an actual bastard or just like, look at my little bastard! My little bastard's walking! Look at the little bastard eat. He's eating his pasta just like a regular bastard!
So there they just yell at them for doing regular stuff?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Have you met Scottish people? Yeah, they yell about everything.
So they will say in Scotland, look at that bastard eat.
Yeah. But it's like a goat or something.
In 1812, the family went back to Scotland.
Oh boy.
So James has a Scottish accent.
Oh, God.
Yeah, hey.
Oh, that's good.
At 16, James headed for North America. He landed a job with the Northwest Company, a fur company.
Okay, I was going to say, if it's just the Northwest Company, that's obviously a cover. What do you guys make? Things for the Northwest.
No.
Northwestern stuff. The Hudson Bay Company, which I'll call the HBC from now on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Don't wink at me.
That's what cool
you
kids
guys
call it.
That's what you guys call it now, right? How many of you work for the HBC at this point?
Woo!
Are they
What?
the ones
No.
that make the fried chicken?
Yeah.
That is
they do.
correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. I've really hit something here. The Northwest Company was the HBC's main rivalry, and the two companies would have fights with each other over territory, beavers, and in one big battle, pemmican.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry, pelican?
Pemmican.
Pemmican?
Pemmican.
So like a pelican, but longer beak?
Nope.
Very not.
Right.
It's a First Nations delicacy.
Pemmican is when you cook and then you dry meat and then you grind it into a powder and then you combine that with fat. And then you put
snort
it
it.
you put it in a bag and you go, I'm going out to get some beavers, and off you go into the forest.
So
It's these people. It's
No.
it's second to poutine as far as I know.
So cocaine beef?
It is cocaine beef.
You just snort it and all you do is talk about burgers? It's like, oh man, I fucking love burgers. Out of my gums. It's like I'm chewing.
So that's what the traders ate. They'd have a bag of this shit, and that was how they survived out in the wild.
They dusty meat?
And fat combined with fat.
Yeah,
Dusty
yeah.
meat and a fat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's
Yum.
Like it's like a dipping sauce.
Oh, great. It's like hummus and pita.
The Northwest Company stole a supply of pemmican from the HBC, and so they actually had a battle in 1816, and 21 dudes were killed.
Holy
So
shit.
pemmican was no fucking joke.
Over dusted meat, people
Yeah.
died?
Imagine working for a store and your boss is like, actually, we're going to go to war with
Yeah.
the store across the street. You might die for
Yeah, sorry.
my
This
fears.
day.
They took our pemmican. Put on your armor.
You mean our beef snort? That's what I think
Yeah.
they would have called it.
Your beef snort.
Put on your beef suit.
It is believed that James Douglas may have actually fought in some battles. But just 5 years later, in 1821, the Northwest Company merged with the Hudson Bay Company.
Awkward.
Hey!
Oh, that's a hard first day.
So
Oh my God! Hey!
we just realized it was dusty beef, and boy, powdered egg on our face. Holy shit.
Oh man!
Good
And a
lord.
little bit of fat. And a little bit of fat.
So you're still missing that eye I gouged out. Okay.
Yeah, that ain't growing back. You guys good other than that, or
You know what would look good in that eye socket?
a little dusty beef?
Yeah.
Hello.
I always liked the fat better.
Yeah.
Drips.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
You just take the fat.
I just like it better on the tongue.
You really hit a nerve there.
Yeah. Well, it's like when people say, you talk to someone, you chew the fat. You also used to snort the beef. I just
Yeah.
met Carl. We snorted the beef for an hour. His wife's good. She's good. Kathy's fine.
Where's the beef? In my nose, am I right? No, I'm wrong. Okay.
But that is a really awkward sneeze. Beef cloud.
God.
It's basically like a ramen packet, isn't it? They were fighting over a ramen packet.
It's totally a ramen
Let's
packet.
kill these guys over ramen packets. Unflavored noodles do not stand.
Well, we still have the shrimp one.
Yeah, nobody wants shrimp.
Shrimp one. I never would eat the shrimp one. It always terrified me.
Yes, it should.
The beef one was tasty.
Oh, it's powdered beef. You're one of them.
James Douglas moved up the ranks at the combined company pretty quickly. In 1825, he was put in charge of founding of the Fort of Vermilion, which was a trading post in Alberta. In 1827, he established Fort Donnelly. Dude's a baller. He's a fucking baller. He was next sent to Fort Vancouver. He worked there as a chief accountant. Yeah. Bam.
Do you have to wear a headdress
Sent
when you're
into
that
the
guy?
middle of fucking nowhere and do the paperwork.
Do you have to wear chief accountant?
Yeah, add up those fucking
Is he in a
numbers.
TP?
He had,
Chief.
he had a whole headdress.
Yeah. We bring you numbers.
And then he was made chief trader.
You traitor.
You're in charge of leaving things that you were supposed to be a part of.
Not that kind of trader. He'd be
But
like,
you're really good at it, so you're the top one.
no. He'd be like, I'm in charge of otter pelts. He was that guy. Chief trader was a big deal. And then in 1838, James was put in charge of the district. So the whole fucking schmoogle.
I'm sorry?
New word.
The whole schmoogle.
Oh, man.
He was making deals. He was getting shit done.
Sure.
He leased land from the Russian-American company for the price of 2,000 otter pelts. Wow!
Oh, man.
Who made a good fucking deal?
Oh, get it off, Daddy.
Yep.
2,000?
Can you imagine how many otter pelts it would be worth today?
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
At least 4.
Imagine.
At least 4.
I just imagine like the Glengarry Glen Ross speech at the beginning. Pemmikins for closers. I made 2,000 beaver pelts last year. You drove here in a muckluck.
Put the beef down.
Third prize is your eyes gouged out.
The Russians were like, look at all these otter pelts. We fucked those guys, didn't we?
Foolish
Didn't I tell you?
Look at all otter pelts. We're going to swim in otter
We
pelt.
should have got a wagon.
No wagon. Look, we have otter pelt.
What we put otter pelt in?
Oh, boy.
Oh,
You raise good point.
how we tell Putin.
Excuse me?
I said, how we tell Putin.
Who?
Putin.
Who's that?
Vladimir.
You mean the fries with gravy?
To get more people to settle in the area, Douglas created the Puget Sound Agricultural Company. I don't know.
Sure.
I just realized I got to cut that line out. He hoped to get more people and get rid of the American presence
Okay.
in the Oregon Territory.
People, we're at the point now where people clap over just that idea.
Yeah.
Get rid of the American presence. The only time you want them is on Christmas. Any other time, get them the fuck out of here.
Get out. Both the U.S. and British wanted to have an official claim on what the U.S. called the Oregon Territory and the British called the Columbia Department.
Both good names.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you.
They're both catchy. You can't deny that.
I deny
Hey, what
it.
were they again?
The Oregon Territory.
Right.
Flows. Nice.
Nice.
fun.
And the Columbia Department.
Ooh, yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ooh.
Nope.
Yeah.
Does not flow.
Both are good.
Sounds like a store.
It's the whole schmabble.
Come check out the fall line at the Columbia Department.
Son of a bitch, man.
Next to United Colors of Benetton.
Fuck, I just got a letter from the Columbia Department. I got to go down there.
Oh my God. Wait, it's like the
saying I owe-
CDs? It's like when you get the CDs?
I got 7 for 1
So I opened a CD from the Columbia Department, and now they won't stop sending them. Should get a house or something.
In 1840, Douglas was made chief factor.
What is his positions are getting vaguer
all-
and vaguer.
Yep.
President of Stuff.
Factor?
He's in charge of factor.
All right.
This is the highest rank he could get in the HBC. He founded Fort Victoria.
Oh, Fovic.
Hey, girl.
No.
Yeah.
Fovic. He chose the site because of its protected harbor and surrounding plains, which would be good for growing food, and because he wanted to create a buffer against the American shitheads moving in. And they were rolling in.
Wait, American shitheads?
Yeah, girl.
First I've heard of it.
1,000 Americans came into the Oregon Territory in 1843, followed by 1,500 in 1844. Missouri Senator Thomas Hart Benton said, quote, "Let the immigrants go on and carry their rifle. 30,000 rifles in Oregon will annihilate the Hudson Bay's company and drive them off our continent." Fuck you.
We're not taking sides, just to be clear.
Oh. I apologize. I take it back. Vote for
All
Bernie
those
Sanders.
Americans came and they were like, "Where's the Wi-Fi?" Ugh. What bars?
What's a computer?
What is
they
a
would say
computer?
next.
You don't have In and Out here?
Legitimate,
Next?
legitimate gripe. You guys still have A&W?
Yeah.
We still have A&W.
Not like they do.
Oh, it's like
we
popping
really
here?
got it.
Yeah,
We
they're
got a
like,
bad case of
this is
A&W.
legitimate. It's not. It's not. We're like, I guess we'll go there. But you guys are like, hey.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Oh,
I don't understand what's
get it.
going on
Yeah.
now. Is this
Whoa.
part of the history thing?
It's becoming very personal.
Did this guy find...
Next, he headed A&W. These are roller skates.
Chief root beer.
Chief of root beer floats. King of W's. And Vice President A.
King of W's. Well, you've been promoted to king. Oh, good.
Oh, finally.
The British were concerned about the Yankee settlement. By 1845, there were 8,000 Americans, most putting down roots in the fertile Willamette Valley.
Is it safe to say that if this was today, Trump would be like, keep Americans out of our country?
Keep Americans out of it? If he was Canadian?
Keep going.
He'd be like, I have more otter pelts than anybody else on here. I don't need to accept otter pelts from any of the super PACs.
with one otter pelt. Now I have them all.
We're going to build a wall of pelts. We'll keep them out.
We got some of the finest otter pelts. You're
Mexicans
gonna
are
love
scared
them.
of
I
pelts.
feel like I'm on stage with the 3 best impressionists in the world.
Nobody's doing Trump stuff. Nobody.
Do you guys do Bane?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually I do.
I do a good Bane and a good walk-in, so
Anakin?
keep going.
In 18...
What is the Force?
Yeah,
Yep.
fun.
In 18...
Your father hid this watch inside of his ass.
In 1842, HBC had moved their main post from Oregon Country to Vancouver Island.
Some
You guys
people
are
made the
fired
trip.
up.
There it is. They recognized where we are. George Simpson, who made the decision, called Americans worthless and lawless characters of every description.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a
Unbelievable.
few descriptions. Sure.
I can't deny that.
Yeah.
So the Americans and British in the West pretty much hated each other. And James Douglas would never get over being pushed out of the Columbia River Valley by the Americans.
Oh, boy.
Yep. In 1849, Britain leased all of Vancouver Island to the HBC for 7 shillings a year.
What? What kind of a deal is that?
In otter pelts.
Yeah. We're dealing with otter pelt currency.
Yeah, you guys want this garbage? Here you go. It's very nice, actually. It's a very pretty island.
I'm writing down a number.
I do.
Wait, what?
It's terrible. It's a terrible number.
But sorry, why was it so cheap?
Well,
Okay.
oh, right. The next sentence is, it was cheap for a reason.
There we go.
You know what I mean? It's actually Gareth. Keep going.
The HBC would have to create a colony. In return for the rights to the island, the HBC agreed to bring in settlers.
Here we go.
Hoping
There-
to match the American wave of immigration, the government told HBC to provide a suitable climate for British settlers.
Okay, so this is where it's starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not
don't
going to be
know
a suitable.
that.
No, it won't be a
This
suitable
could be a
climate.
happy, look at all these people. They're all in Vancouver. This could be a happy story.
No, it's not. No. They're all waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Now! The Oregon Treaty of 1846 had given the U.S. possession of the Pacific Northwest south of the 49th parallel.
I know exactly where that is.
You guys know where that is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you do, because you want to get over it. You know what?
Dave.
Quit
I wanna
quit
get
building your
under
houses
it.
right up against it.
Dave.
We get what's happening.
Dave, they don't like the Kings.
You can't have our television.
David.
Get your own cable.
So sorry. So sorry. I don't know if it's over. Are you saying cable?
Yeah, they try to get our television.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay.
Let them suck our trash. Oh my God, Dave.
A&W is our biggest cable provider.
on an all-new root beer float.
You'll never
Followed by
guess.
chili dogs.
Speaking of your cable providers, my son came back from Tim Hortons and was like, "Those donuts are awful." He's 6.
He's smart.
Tim's actually here tonight, so Tim, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. And I bit one, and I was like, a little chewy.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going
Right?
to defend those.
No, yeah, we're the
They're garbage.
Yeah.
when we go
A&W is an issue.
Who fucks up a donut? Oh, fuck. They're made in America.
Wow.
Fair.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Fair.
Wait a minute.
So
Yikes.
that's who takes all our shitty donuts. We were wondering. Who do we send the garbage ones to?
I don't know. The trash truck won't take them, so we should probably...
Put him on a barge to Canada.
All right. Oh, donuts! And Tim Horton was born.
Oh, these are the chewiest donuts I've ever had.
I've invented donut gum.
I'm throwing away my spearmint gum. Boston cream for me.
All right. So, 49th parallel. The western boundary extended. So, right, you probably don't know.
I have no
But
idea.
it goes straight across, pretty much. A little bit of jigging and jagging.
Yeah.
But then it gets over here, near Vancouver. Shit gets a little squirrely.
Yeah.
The western boundary extended, quote, to the middle of the channel which separates the continent from Vancouver Island. While the treaty made it pretty clear where the boundary was, it got pretty convoluted when it came to the San Juan Islands. It read, quote, the line of boundary between the territories of the United States and those of Her Britannic Majesty shall be continued westward along the said 49th parallel of north latitude to the middle of the channel, which separates the continent from Vancouver's Island, and thence southerly through the middle of the said channel and of Fuca Straits to the Pacific Ocean, provided, however, that the navigation of the whole of said channel and straits south of the 49th parallel of north latitude remain free and open to both parties.
That's
Real
easy.
page turner.
Yeah. So this is
Easy. That's the place where the Uber driver's like, God damn it, sir, where are you?
Which one's latitude?
go down the main strait.
I'm on Main Street.
Take a
So
left
basically,
at
what
Fuca.
happened was
Vince, what?
some guy wrote this and was like, all right. I don't know,
So it's just convoluted to be vague?
just fucking nonsense.
Okay. Because it reads very clearly.
I don't know. A lot of stuff back then seems like nonsense, but I trust it.
Yeah. That's true.
It's true.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
One HBC governor read the treaty and said there were 2 channels, not one, and that might cause problems.
He should get A&W. They have 90 channels.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just hamburger themed, though.
What
Burger.
is the teen
Burger.
up to this
Burger.
U.S. Secretary of State James Buchanan expressed great alarm when he read Article 1. No one apparently had looked at a map of the area when they wrote it up.
Yes.
Oh, no, there's a bunch of gobbledygook things out there. You mean islands? Yeah, those things, gobbledygooks. Go ahead and do a swirly
Yeah,
on the
do
map.
a swirly,
Right.
do a thingamajig.
There we go.
But they were ignored, and the Treaty of Oregon was signed. The Senate ratified it on June 18th, and Parliament and Parliament followed suit. They assumed the situation with the tiny, meaningless islands would work itself out.
Sure. And doesn't land always do that?
Isn't that how it always
That's
is?
how it always is.
Usually
People are like,
when-
oh, you were here first? My bad. We'll
Oh,
find
you
another
know,
island. Take
you know,
care.
You take it. You take it.
Oh, you called 5s on the island? We'll find another one. Thanks.
That's yours. I don't care about islands.
Either way.
I don't like land. I'm a country.
I'm a water man myself.
Big water guy.
Hey, water girl.
That was your single from the 80s, right?
That was my single from the 80s.
Hey, water girl.
That was my synthesizer.
With a budget, who knows what you could have done?
Right?
Oh, the
I always
sky's the
said
limit.
that. If only I had a budget, but A&W cut me off. James Douglas was just waiting to be made governor of Vancouver Island. It was just a formality at this point. He pretty much been promised the job, and he was the guy with the most shit going on in Columbia. So bam,
Dave.
that's the actual. That's how it reads in the Vancouver
Okay,
Bible.
but he's not going to get it.
You don't know that.
I do know
Yeah,
that.
no, I think this is
don't
going to
fucking
wrap
know
up
that.
early.
I do know that.
I think
I do know that.
he's going to get it.
No,
We're
he
all
won't.
going to get home by 9.
Oh, okay.
Then suddenly he got a letter stating he
Here
was
we go.
not going to be made governor.
Well, egg on my face.
Powdered egg.
The job went to Richard Blanchard, who was a 33-year-old bachelor and lawyer from London. He's just a guy who had connections in London and saw Vancouver as a stepping stone to a career in government.
Oh, what a dick.
Yeah.
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 Douglas was then told to build him a mansion to live in.
Oh, get the fuck out.
What?
So, James, it's kind of twofold. You didn't get the job. I hope you got the letter.
Yeah.
I
Get that
think
letter?
that's everything.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one more thing I'm forgetting.
Was there?
A house, I'm an apartment?
That's it. Yeah, we need you to build a mansion for the guy who fucked you.
Yep. Can you do that?
Yeah. And
know-
hurry. And make it beautiful.
Yeah, make it
beautiful.
great.
Like,
No.
picture your dream
Oh, my
house.
God. Yes.
Build your dream house.
The one you want to live in.
Build it. And then that guy will live in it.
He'll live in it.
We're going to have this
You
great ribbon cutting. You'll bend over.
It'll be great. You'll bend over as he walks
So
towards
great.
you with the scissors.
He's going to fuck you so slow
Wow.
in front of that house.
Weird ribbon cutting. I'll say that.
Hold still. These cameras work very slowly.
When do they cut the ribbon? Shh.
He was also told to get Blanchard's.
Go get fucked.
Yeah. Build a
you're at
mansion, and also could you get fucked?
So, what do we need you to get? Oh, right, fucked. See you, buddy.
He was told to get Blanchard's 1,000 acres ready for him because Blanchard would be paid by land instead of money.
Oh, Jesus. What did get the land ready
Yeah,
for
get
him?
the 1,000 acres ready.
Yeah,
for him to
prep
fuck.
it.
Fucking Jesus.
Prep
you
it
know
every
what?
inch.
I quit. You guys just don't appreciate what I've done.
Where are you going to go? To one of the pemmican companies?
God damn you, dusty beef.
Northern Pemmican, they won't have you.
There was
Hi.
a windstorm. The factory blew away.
I can't wait for the end of this when the reveal is A&W Pemmican Burger.
Oh, have you had their pemmican shakes?
So thick.
Dried meat and milk. Come on. It took Blanchard a year to get there, and when he arrived, he asked to see his house.
And he's just some English prick who probably doesn't really know the understory of all this. So he
He
just
thought
shows-
he thought it was going to be a big deal when he rolled up and he got off the ship.
Pardon me?
He got off the ship and everyone was like, I don't know. And then he made them come out of the fort, and then he read his proclamation, and they were all like,
I would have done such a shitty job on that mansion. Now that I think of it.
Oh, yeah.
I would have put the staircase outside.
Sorry, this door doesn't open to anything. Yeah, that's the fuck you room, prick.
All the toilets are upside down. So
yeah.
yeah.
whoops.
Sorry about that. Bit of a glitch.
They took him to see the house, and there he found an empty lot.
In your face.
There it is. It's pretty flat.
You think you'll be able to live inside of that fuckface? Gorgeous, isn't it?
They then gave him a shitty room in the fort that was so bad he decided to go back and stay on the ship that brought him there.
That's got to be so. What a funny little walk he had to take.
Okay, I'm gonna go back here.
I'll be rereading the proclamation in the morning.
I forgot something in England. I gotta go back.
I forgot my shoes. You're wearing your shoes. Have a good night. Ta-ta.
Oh, pemmican. He lived on the ship for about a month, which was not great because the ship was going on runs for supplies the whole time. Like
So he was
sheep
just
and
hanging out in
cows.
a car that
He's
was
like,
just-
I'm in charge. I'll be back.
See that you built that house. We're going to buy cigarettes.
He finally did move into the shitty room in the fort after about a month and waited for his house to be built. It took months of prodding and pushing, but Douglas finally built a tiny house for Blanchard.
I'm imagining one man building this whole
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Like so mad the whole time.
But what? Yeah. Oh my God, the nailing. Fucking bastard. That's up. You take my bloody mansion, prick. It's gonna have lovely indoor plumbing, though. I'll say that. Unbelievable. I've really done myself in.
The house was not big enough to host any civic events. The real problem was that there were hardly any settlers. They were mostly all HBC employees, so Douglas had all the power. When Blanchard asked about his 1,000 acres, Blanchard was told he could use the 1,000 acres while he was there, but they were not his to own forever, which was not what he thought.
And that's Douglas relaying this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not yours.
Oh, have fun on it. Play, kick around, do whatever you like. Then when you're gone, it's nothing. Sorry, I thought that it was mine forever. No. Go fuck yourself.
And he was also told only he could farm it because no HBC employees were available to work the land.
Well, 1,000 acres is easy to till.
Go ahead, have at it. Yeah, go ahead.
Here you go, you little tiller. Go have fun, you bastard.
Who's who's in charge of these people? Like, I would be going back to my boss in England so fast. Do you know what he did?
Yeah.
He was so mean. I was told things.
So you're gonna just take that quick trip back to England?
Also,
Well, I'd email him first.
if you've ever been to the Bay, you can't picture any of those people tilling a field, right? Try finding one first.
Ooh.
Department store humor.
Yeah, I'm smelling some local humor.
A&W.
Oh, I know that. It's a burger
Thank you,
place.
still good.
It's an American burger joint. Okay. So being an attorney, Blanchard didn't really have any farming skills, so the land just sat there. All the while, Blanchard was using his own money to buy supplies and going broke. He then developed a stabbing pain in the side of his head, and
Was it a sword? Yeah. I've got a spinning headache. Have ya?
And that's the origin of the phrase stabbing pain.
oh, there's a sword.
I want a second opinion.
He also had reoccurring bouts of malaria.
Reoccurring's tough.
Yeah.
I finally kicked that. Oh, God.
He finally gave up. Douglas had driven him out. He resigned, and as soon as his resignation was accepted in London, he took the first ship out. When he got there, he gave a scathing report of
nobody
Douglas.
Original Yelp.
Oh, why,
2
bitch?
stars.
And his beef was a little dry.
And then James Douglas was made governor in 1852. No one was thinking about the San Juan Islands and the vague wording in the Oregon Treaty at that point, though James Douglas strongly believed the islands belonged to the Crown. He believed the San Juans were the logical extension of Vancouver Island.
Oh, boy.
Right, he says.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I could see. I mean,
He's got a point. He's got a point. I've said too much. I don't know the man.
Another reason he believed this was because HBC agents had claimed San Juan Island in 1845 by putting an engraved wooden tablet there.
Wow. That's a contract. Yeah. That is a contract. That's legally a contract.
That's how you get shit.
Wood is forever.
Yeah.
Was it wood or was it grain? Was it made out of grain?
No, someone left their jacket on the island like, I'll be right back. So. Nobody sit here. Sit here.
I left my fucking jacket. It's ours!
Damn it!
Okay.
it's hard to find a wood plaque now.
Oh, yeah.
Back then, it was
You
otter a dozen,
Yeah.
they would say.
That's true. That is true, yeah.
talk to my plaque guy.
That deserved more.
I agree with you.
In 1851, Douglas had established a seasonal fish salting station on San Juan. Those two things are how you own something.
Sorry, what's the two-part process?
Putting a wooden tablet and then starting a fish salting station.
Well.
That's how everything is owned.
Yep. Always has been.
That's how I got my house in
How many
LA.
people need to occupy a fish salting station?
How many people?
Yeah, or did you just put it there like in SimCity?
I think it's just one guy salting fish.
Yeah.
This is when SimCity was real life.
right?
Seasonal, so
Yeah.
he's there for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Salted
salt the
fish.
bloody fish. Hey,
Yeah.
there it is. Salty. Happy.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Okay. In 1853, the U.S. formed the Washington Territory, and with it came an aggressive young governor. Douglas believed this would lead to more Americans moving north of the Columbia River and grabbing land in the basin. Douglas knew the Americans would push up to the 49th and that they would see the San Juans with no trees and awesome soil and start salivating. He told the colonial office that the San Juans would, quote, maintain a large population. In 1853, as the new governor of Vancouver Island, Douglas wrote to the Duke of Newcastle and said he was going to, quote, assert the sovereignty of Her Majesty the Queen to all the islands of the Arrow
Archipelago?
Archipelago?
Yeah.
Sure, we'll do that.
Old-timey
A
writing
serious-
that I trust.
Yeah.
Newcastle did not reply to the letter. So Douglas took that as a green light.
It probably,
Not that he didn't get it in the 1850s.
it probably went to his spam. Keep going.
No. I also enclosed a salted fish.
Also, here's a
hope you
salted fish.
I salted it 4 seasons ago, but it's cool.
Here's a picture of the plaque.
I'm hiring a pepper guy.
P.S.
P.S.
Pepper.
Let me know if you got a pepper guy.
So the first thing Douglas did was he went after American R.W. Cousins, who was working some land on Lopez Island. He was cutting lumber and had made $1,500 in improvements. Douglas made Cousins apply for a license and then clear customs in Victoria with the timber, which meant Cousins was forced to pay 10 pence for each 50 cubic meter of lumber. Cousins said he believed the land was U.S. territory, as he had been told, but he was forced to leave due to the terms laid down by Douglas.
I was going to make plaques out of these, he said.
Ah, fuck! I had all this wood and I didn't make a tablet? What about my jacket?
Sorry, we're going to jacket on this one.
I salted a fish.
Fuck off. Leave.
Douglas took this as a sweet victory.
I've done it!
He wrote, quote, I have succeeded in defeating every attempt made to preoccupy the Archipelago
Yep.
Archipelago, you got
that
it.
time.
Yep.
through the agency of American squatters so that those islands will still remain a de facto dependency of Vancouver Island, unoccupied by any whites except a fishing station which was established some years ago by me.
I mean, he's really hanging his hat on that fish salting shit.
What are you going to have? Bland fish? Yeah. You'll die.
What are you going to do? You'll die. Who's going to give you sweet? You're going to get salt. Huh?
He ended the letter with a ahem.
Ahem?
Ahem.
Ahem. Wow.
Like he's asking for a bribe?
Yeah. Ahem.
Next, Douglas established a plantation on San Juan Island. On December 15th, 1853, some Hawaiian herdsmen led by Irish men.
Hawaiian herdsman? Hawaiian, yes.
So it's a Hawaiian. It's a bunch of Hawaiians.
Okay.
Led by an Irish guy named Charles John Griffin.
It's amazing to think of how that happened.
Yeah.
Hawaiians were like, we shouldn't have followed this Irish guy. We were in Hawaii
How
when
much
we
further?
started.
I think it's just a little bit more up front and then on the left. I'm pretty sure it is. Fuck. I'm fucking lost.
And
I
you're
am.
telling me
Almost
this
there.
is going to be better than
better,
Hawaii.
better. Yeah,
yeah.
Hawaii's a fucking dirt hole beach.
For me.
Yeah, better, way better.
Sunburn.
What?
Way better.
The fucking island isn't shooting out fire, if that's what you're talking about.
Hey. You live on Hell Island.
Hell.
Follow me.
God, wait till you see this
You're
fucking
telling me this is
beauty.
going to be better than Hell Island.
Way
though,
better than
right?
Hell Island. Oh,
There's a
absolutely.
fucking
Oh, absolutely.
There's a tablet and some
Get ready.
salted fish.
Oh, you're going to love this. You're going to freak out.
Fucking heaven.
Oh, Hawaii. What a fucking toilet that was, huh?
What a-
Oh, imagine having to live in that fucking place. Unbelievable. You're going to like where I don't know where we're going. You'll love it. You'll love it. It's up here on the left, I swear to God.
You guys are gonna freak out.
You guys are freak out. You guys are freak out.
Making them all wear blindfolds as they go
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see your face.
Yeah, just no. When you see it, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it when you see it. You'll love it when you say it.
They've all got Hawaiian shirts on and grass skirts.
We're freezing. Yeah, no, I told you pack some pants, but you fucking, you know.
You didn't say that.
Did I not? Because I thought it. I definitely thought it. I thought it a bunch of times.
You might want to bring an extra layer.
Yeah, bring a layer. I said bring an extra Hulu skirt. I said that. I remember clearly saying that. Anyway, just up here on the left. I swear to God, a little further. We'll find it. We'll find it. Oh, look, a jacket. Oh, fuck. I think we might be fucked, mate.
Griffin brought 1,369 sheep to graze on the island.
Wait. I know there's a reason.
I don't know if they were from Hawaii and they were on a ship.
I guess
The
so.
Hawaiian guys were from Hawaii.
I guess it's hard to imagine a boat.
It is hard to imagine a boat.
It was an ark, yeah.
Yeah, it's like an ark.
Oh, yeah.
Noah, should we get some of the other animals? No. Goats.
Goats and as
All
many
male.
Hawaiians-
All male goats. Trust me, this party's going to get weird.
You ever heard of Broke Goat Island?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. God was a little crackly for some of the conversation, but I think he said all guy goats.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Shit's gonna get real.
Pretty sure he said all male goats.
and as many Hawaiians as you can pack in is what he said.
He said
I think.
all Hawaiians and a bunch of goats.
Give me like 13 Hawaiians. So, all right, 1,369 sheep, and then he also brought a few pigs.
Because they were gonna make Hawaiian pizza.
Griffin named.
Invented in Canada.
For when the goats are drunk.
Griffin named his new home / ranch Bellevue Sheep Farm. Douglas informed the British government that that settlers were now on San Juan Island, failing to mention that they were all actually employees of HBC. The Americans were not down with it. In April 1854, the governor of Washington sent the U.S. Customs collector in Port Townsend, Isaac Eby, to the island. He threatened to seize British property on San Juan Island to collect duties which were owed the U.S. because it was U.S. land. In return, Douglas made the sheep farmer Griffin the Justice of the Peace of San Juan Island.
Logical step.
Yep. Okay, you're a cop now.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that guy said what? He wanted taxes?
Yeah, but
you're a cop.
I'd rather. I don't want to. Alrighty.
Trust me, you're a cop.
There's
It's gonna be
only
good.
goats here.
Well,
He just shears all of the criminals when he gets. I'm not sure what you do now.
I made my wife a convict coat, and she. It doesn't breathe, but boy, ooh, the look.
girl.
It's like Labrador.
Of course, the Justice of the Peace was not a paid position. Douglas told Griffin to...
Of course not. More of a bloody internship, if you think about it. Hey, build your future, yeah. Resume.
Douglas told Griffin to treat the American tax collector like he was a common criminal if he tried his duty again. But the U.S. taxman did come again. Twice. First on April 21st, he came and gave Griffin a bill. He said if Griffin did not pay, sheep would be seized.
It's a great threat. It's like Cliven Bundy.
I'll take some fucking sheep.
Yeah.
Hit him where it hurts.
Yeah. Hit him where it hurts.
Yeah, I've got...
Good night, everybody.
All right,
Right.
thanks.
I don't know if it deserves that. So, the second time, he comes back on May 3rd with an assistant, and he set up a tent on the beach. He then invited-
Sunglasses. Anyone want sunglasses?
I'm sorry, cabana. He then invited Griffin down for a chat, and Griffin accepted. After a few minutes of casual conversation, Griffin asked him why he was there. He explained that he happened to be the new Justice of the Peace.
I'm not sure why, but I am.
And if the tax man disturbed the peace, well, he would arrest him.
Yes.
And put him in the barn. Like,
no, just sheep in like
jail.
in like a goat jail.
he just tie a bunch of sheep together.
Yeah, you just put 'em-
That's it for you, my friend.
So good luck getting out of there.
Also,
No jumping. No jumping.
Those goats are a gang, so you guys join
gang.
them.
Also,
Or...
sheep and goats are the same thing. Am I
Yeah.
the only one hearing this?
Yes.
I am. I've been saying sheep the whole time. This moron said goats.
Yeah.
I'm not a moron. I just
And
thought.
his people are Welsh. He should know what a sheep is.
A single lady.
The Beyonce song had a different meaning over there.
The next morning, James Douglas steamed out to the island with a British customs inspector. When Douglas got there, he looked at the party of the U.S. taxman and his assistant and was not worried. It was a small group, not an invasion force. So Douglas did not go ashore and just sent the British customs inspector to go ashore and raise the British flag.
I want you to go over there and put the bloody flag up.
Go ahead and lift it up.
There you go. Fuck themselves. They can.
You're sure this is going to be cool, though, right?
Absolutely, yeah, bloody cool. Raise that flag. I'd go, but my leg hurts so
What
badly.
could happen?
All right.
I can't get over there.
But for sure, they're cool.
Oh,
with
they're
this
very
flag
cool.
business.
Absolutely. They love you. Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not an invasion force. You'll be fine. Watch out for all the goats. That look like
Yeah, there
sheep.
seems like there's a lot of goats over there.
Yeah, it turns out they're sheep. I just actually got word recently.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
well,
sheep.
we're
yeah.
far away. We couldn't tell.
I'll tell you from here, they all look like bloody goats to me.
Yeah.
I'm not a bloody moron.
I think I saw one of them eating a tin can. That's why we thought they were
I agree.
goats.
That's absolutely
Yeah.
right. Yeah, of course. Anyway, head over there. Raise that flag.
After
Okie dokie.
All righty.
After raising the flag, the British customs inspector approached the U.S. customs inspector and asked him what he intended to do. The American customs inspector replied, quote, I am thinking of putting my assistant inspector on the island, who was his assistant was named Weber. The British customs inspector said that if he did, the man would be arrested, and the American was not concerned. Probably because it was not him who was going to be arrested.
Now, Weber will be fine with it.
How about it?
You don't know Weber.
Oh, fuck, Weber. Jesus Christ. I mean, someday he'll invent the barbecue. At the end of the day, the American customs inspector went to Griffin and read a proclamation naming Weber assistant collector of customs on San Juan Island. There is no one there! Fuck. It's like 9 guys.
Well, you've met the king, you've met the president, you've met the prime minister. I mean, I don't know who else there's to meet, honestly.
Also, I'd like to try and clear customs now. What are you going to do in the States? Oh, I'm going to plant a Canadian flag there. Got one in my bag, going to plant it in America.
So then he left, and Weber set up a tent behind Griffin's cabin and raised an American flag.
Oh, shit.
Yeah?
Oh, freedom's coming, baby. You hear that freedom knocking? Yeah, it's coming in. Yeah, it's coming right in. Goats and all.
Griffin, being the sheriff, issued a warrant for Weber's arrest.
Right after?
What? It's a warrant!
But wait.
There's 9 guys. Would he write it on a piece of paper?
So wait, essentially it's like 9 children playing pretend?
Yes!
No, you go to jail. I don't need to go to jail. I got a bulletproof body. Oh, he's got a bulletproof body. What are we going to do? But he's just called it. He called
Oh,
it.
that's lava. That's hot lava.
Yeah, it's hot lava. You're in lava. You're in lava. I got lava boots. God damn it, he's got lava boots. Shit, pretend harder. We got to pretend way
Punch
harder.
buggy.
Yeah, that's right, punch buggy.
Oh, God.
He circulates a wanted poster to the 9.
Put out an APB for
Yeah, no,
Chris.
you just handed it to me. I'm the guy on the fucking poster.
Yeah, that does look like me.
It is me.
Where are the goats? All I see is sheep. We've been robbed.
No. They're goats in sheep's clothing. Watch out for those, sorta.
Ghosts.
Hey, don't worry about them, honestly. They're just goats in sheep's clothing.
Okay, so then Griffin, after issuing the warrant for Weber's arrest, told one of the Hawaiian herdsmen that he was now a constable
So, are they just...
and to serve the warrant and arrest Weber.
Okay.
So they're just... Okay, so they're
And you're a
literally...
wizard.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. So you're a wizard. You can shoot lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Can I be a unicorn?
Absolutely. We got the chief of unicorns here. Look out.
So the new constable went.
The new constable literally went from being a constable over.
Well, the Hawaiian guy's like, okay, I guess I'll go do this.
Hawaiian
When
guy's like,
will
I
this
miss Hawaii.
nightmare end?
I'll tell you what I miss is Hawaii. I miss Hell Island.
Hawaii was so much better.
Hawaii
than
was
this.
amazing. Remember Hawaii?
The pineapple here is shit.
Oh, God. It's off a pine tree. They're cones.
They're crunchy and
These are
brown.
crunchy pineapples.
I fucking hate
Starting to
this.
think they're goddamn cones.
I just dream of the day when I could say aloha to all of you. But every day it's just like aloha, aloha.
And by the way, you can't have a luau with dried beef. You bury it, it goes into the fucking dirt.
Yeah, we've just been eating beef sand.
It's fair to say we've just been eating beef sand. Build a beef castle while you're down here. Have some fun.
So the new Hawaiian constable went along with the British customs inspector to arrest Weber. When they read the warrant, Weber pulled out a revolver and pointed it at the chest of the Hawaiian constable.
Somebody's
I'm,
king.
I'm out of here. Bye. Aloha. That means goodbye also. Into the ocean.
To be clear.
Weber told them that if he was touched by either one of them, he would shoot them. He then said he could do
Not touching you,
so.
not touching you.
He then said he could do so because the constable was not a constable. He was just a guy.
Who he'd literally just heard named constable a moment ago.
Yeah. We're all just guys.
That's the next time a cop harasses me. You're just a guy. Take away that uniform. You're just like me. You're just some dude.
In fact, let's both get naked and
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
show you.
Yeah, we'll have
see.
a wiener off.
Oh my God! How did you know where this goes? He said the office of the Justice of the Peace wasn't legal because the island wasn't a British island, and the constable hadn't been sworn in before a bench of magistrates.
This is
like as if he had to get
I
that
mean,
complicated.
is this
you
the-
weren't sworn in front of a bunch of
Times
magistrates? It's a
infinity.
fucking island of a bunch of guys playing made up shit.
It is the lamest argument of all time.
Weber then let them know he had 2 pistols around his waist as well as the one in his hand, and,
I
and he
got
also
3
had a
pistols.
knife in his boot. By the way, I'm packed.
Well, I got 4
I'm
pistols.
packing.
That's fine. My dad's
I'm an American, so
My
I
dad's a pistol, so we'll see how that works.
So the not real constable and the British customs agent ran back to Griffin's farm and got 6 men. They came back to set things straight with Weber, but Weber was still pointing the gun and threatening people. Then the constable went to Griffin and asked if he could go shoot Weber, but Griffin said no, absolutely not.
Come on.
Yeah, game, set, match, Weber.
Griffin didn't think there was a need for violence and told them just to leave Weber alone. Griffin wrote in his journal, quote, "Such a farce. If this is what is called law, then it plainly is rum law."
What's so great about journaling is that it was kind of like blogging for the future.
Yeah.
You were like,
Yeah.
somebody someday will know all this bullshit I went through. You just couldn't post it. You're like, someone will find this. Hear how bad I had it.
Did he say it was rum law?
Rum law.
So that's just that was
That is, I believe, a nod to Australia, in which the whole country at that point was being based on rum. They didn't have money for a while. They just
That's
had
when
rum.
Captain Morgan
okay.
was
No,
president.
I thought it was just that was like slang for like I think everybody here's drunk and they're
It
making
may
up
have
laws.
been.
Is that
may
what it
have
was?
been. Have you ever been to Australia? And he alienates the only people who like him.
He bites the hand that feeds him.
So then Weber left the next day to get supplies and with the British customs inspector and to tell Douglas what's going on. Weber returned intent on staying on May 10th. Douglas told Griffin to just avoid Weber as long as he minded his own business.
He's not.
No, he's not. Weber was also told to take it down a notch.
Legally speaking.
He wasn't supposed to collect taxes, but instead was just to keep tabs on what was happening on the sheep farm.
Oh, my God.
Day 10. Guess what? Sheep.
Day 11. Fuck, do I have to write this?
They're getting real woolly.
They're hairy. They're really hairy.
Day 12, goats. Nope, it's sheep.
Sorry, sheep. Cross that out.
Boy.
Just kidding, sheep.
But this caused all kinds of tension to subside. So things are starting to get cool. Everyone's like, all right, we're living a thing.
Yeah, but it's
and
almost-
Weber and Griffin became fast friends.
Oh, shit.
I like this story.
That's great.
Douglas wrote the British government to complain about the Americans and their bullshit on San Juan. And the U.S. Customs Inspector wrote to the American government to accuse the HBC of violating U.S. revenue laws.
A match nobody wanted to referee is going on.
Everyone's like, okay.
Yeah, fuck it, honestly.
The British then asked the U.S. to get local officials to cease and desist. And then both the U.S. and British governments wrote to their representatives that the island was theirs. Douglas was thrilled.
Okay.
Now, in Whatcom County, yeah?
Yep.
Well, it's not hard. It says Whatcom, which
It's
is
less
20...
robotic. Whatcom.
Whatcom. 20 miles east of San Juan Island, there were two villages where about 40 Americans lived. Not a lot of people, but they had formed a county government, which included a county commissioner named William Cullen. Cullen believes San Juan Island was part of the county, which meant HBC had to pay taxes.
Oh, my God.
There's so
I mean-
much land for these 40 people.
I know. It's so true. Think about now.
Yeah.
And like then they're like, no!
Yeah. Everyone in my building is yeah, that island over there is ours.
Fucking crazy. Oh, and Cullen's Irish.
Okay, good to know.
Beginning in October 1854, the sheriff made 4 trips to the island and ordered Griffin to pay $80.33 in back taxes or face a sheriff's sale, also known as an auction. Griffin told him to piss off. So the sheriff posted tax sale notices in December on the island and went to the beach to conduct an auction.
Oh, fun.
But since no one lived on the island, except the guys working on the sheep farm, no one came to buy the sheep.
Why?
The sheep were the only ones who showed up for the auction. I guess the sheep goes to that
Yeah,
sheep.
it's-
Oh,
I can pay
She
with
likes
this.
sheep.
I can pay with this.
All right,
Now
we have
you're
a
the
big pile
governor
of dung from the
general.
sheep over there.
How fucking stupid are humans?
Now you're the prime minister of the island.
Do I
sheep.
hear ba? Do I hear ba?
All right, we have 9.
Okay,
This is
so
terrible.
He doesn't sell the sheep because no one's there, and then he leaves, and Griffin assumes it's all over. Wrong. Next, he came with an armed party. It was Cullen, the sheriff from those little villages, and 7 other guys. They ordered Griffin to pay, and again he said, "Piss off." So they left. And then they came back at midnight when everyone was asleep on the sheep farm. They rounded up some of Griffin's breeding rams. They had built a makeshift pen on the beach where they held a moonlight auction.
A moonlight.
Very
that is
romantic.
shining a turd. A moonlight auction.
It's our anniversary. You brought me to a moonlight auction? Come on. You just admit you forgot.
Do you like
I'll
sheep?
admit I'm
or?
a sheep. Is that what a sheep says?
Meh. It's real negative sheep.
49 were sold, although they just sold them to each other.
What's happening?
Cullen bought 12 for 50 cents each. But
Why?
after the auction was over, he realized they didn't bring boats to haul their sheep back. So they commandeered an Indian canoe and tried to get the
An
sheep
Indian canoe.
Oh,
tried to get the
man.
sheep in the canoe.
Oh, man.
Commandeered like a cop commandeers a car?
Yeah, I think so.
Sir, this is an emergency! Let us get a bunch of sheep on there.
It's my badge. I'm a tax inspector. I'm gonna need this canoe.
Once.
Yeah.
The guy's like, okay, I was just catching fish or whatever, but you guys.
Do you need salt?
So the weird thing about canoes is they're not built to haul sheep.
Oh, that's not true.
And it's hard to get a bunch of sheep into a canoe.
Why? Because they don't trust what's happening? Because they're creatures of instinct?
The men were butted by the sheep.
They were butted?
The canoe then fell over, and a few of the rams ran off. Griffin woke up in the morning and found out what had gone on. He got a party together and made for the beach. When they arrived, he saw the Americans pushing out with some rams on 2 boats.
Hey, what,
And a
hey,
dead
what the fuck
Indian.
happened here?
Yeah. And a furious Native American who's like, my canoe? So, yeah.
Holy shit, was I asleep a while? This is crazy.
I do like the idea of an edition of Storage Wars where they have to move everything that they win on a canoe.
That would be pretty amazing.
The slot machine's going to sink it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So Griffin ran down to the beach and into the water, catching up to the boats. He and another man tried to untie the sheep on one of the boats while the Americans pushed them back with their oars. Then one of the Americans pulled out a revolver, and Griffin backed off, and he wrote, "Seeing no other recourse, I immediately left the spot. They as quickly left in 2 boats and 1 canoe."
The one canoe that they dragged with a Native American who was like, why am I here?
I don't know what's happening.
I thought I was actually going to get corn.
What are we doing?
And then he became the sheriff, and then the whole thing.
Griffin then made quickly for Fort Victoria and told Douglas what had happened. Douglas complained to the British government. During all this, Douglas kept forgetting to tell the government that Griffin was an HBC employee, not a private settler, and the sheep were owned by HBC. Douglas reported 45 rams stolen, with 11 having escaped during the canoe loading. Mm-hmm. In July, the British government claimed the U.S. owed £650 for 34 rams, £650 for 276 ewes and 142 lambs, 500 for the higher ewes.
Those are the gross animals.
Ewes.
We just call them ewes.
500 for the hire of the beaver steamer that chased the Americans.
Did you say the beaver steamer?
Yeah.
That's my new nickname.
Oh, man.
A lot
I'm
of
the
people
beaver
try that
steamer.
on their
Yeah.
honeymoon, the beaver steamer.
Y'all want to ride the beaver steamer? Too many men screamed.
Yeah.
Beaver steamer belongs on a denim jacket more than any other 2-word phrase.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Right?
You just play fucking foosball. Why does that guy have a jacket that says beaver steamer? Y'all talking about beaver steamer?
What's
Oh,
up?
shit, beaver steamer's here.
Huh?
That was my band in the 80s.
Beaver steamer rejuvenates.
Beaver steamer is a ship named the Beaver. It's a steamer ship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I want to steam a beaver.
The British also asked for 1,000 pounds in incidental losses. Altogether, this would be about $15,000 today. At this point, the U.S. wrote to the governor of Washington and told him to cool it. They asked the British to write to Douglas to do the same, and they did. Douglas was not down with it. Now, the British and Americans tried to iron out who had the rights to what in the islands. Negotiators met 6 times between June and December 1857, but they could not agree on boundaries. In the end,
Shocking.
the British offered to give all the islands to the U.S. except San Juan Island, and the U.S. said, nope.
Wow.
Meanwhile, yeah, that's weird.
Shocking that we would be not cool.
Yeah, I can't believe we're dicks.
Why?
After that letter said, be cool.
Yeah.
Right?
So clear.
Enclosed some sunglasses.
Right? We are generally, and have been for history, a very reasonable people. Meanwhile, while all these negotiations were going on, U.S. revenue agents kept assessing taxes on the sheep farm.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
And then the American settlers began arriving. Miners who were having no luck arrived in January from the Fraser River diggings. Douglas warned the British government that they would lose the island if this continued. Colonial Secretary Lord Lytton agreed. He wrote Douglas and said holding on to the San Juan Islands was, quote, essential to British interests. He told Douglas to get rid of the settlers. Hang on to
Not
your
good.
ass.
Not good.
Arm your sheep.
on.
Like that? Yeah, seriously, yeah.
And the sheep have guns.
It's a matter of time until the States and when the sheep have guns. But that,
It's in the Constitution, you guys.
you guys,
It says right there, all the animals get a gun.
they have the right to bear arms, you guys. Our forefathers said
I'm
Get it
hot.
off, yeah.
I'm hot.
Oh, you got a Bernie Sanders
I
shirt
got
on.
a Bernie Sanders. Yeah.
Yeah.
I showed it to him earlier.
He could easily be King Bernie.
Could you imagine if we had a president who wasn't a fucking piece of shit? Okay. Sorry, that's a little bit of political.
No, you know, we get your news up here and stuff. We know.
It's going great.
That's what we're told.
Right, tells him to get rid of it. Now, Lyman Cutler was one such American settler. He arrived on the island in April 1859. He was 25, had failed at mining, and was looking for a place to build a home with his wife and child. He claimed 160 acres under the Donation Land Claim Act of 1850.
Okay.
Everybody
Cool
knows
act.
that one?
Yeah, that was a great one.
That's how I got my land.
Yeah. That's how A&W got its restaurants.
I claimed my land under the Sister Act.
That's where you have to remove graffiti from it with a bunch of orphans, right?
Yeah, yeah. We back in the habit.
Okay, thanks for coming, Dave. We appreciate it.
I was voted off the show.
The Donation Land Claim Act allowed citizens to claim land if they took care of it and improved it. But the Land Claim Act had expired in 1855, 4 years earlier, or 3 years earlier.
That's tough.
4 years earlier. Though it was a lot less than 160 acres he was using, Griffin said Cutler was squatting on about a third of an acre. So it's less than 160 acres. if you understand math.
It's way less.
It's quite a
Is
bit
it a lot less?
It's a garden.
Okay.
Cutler just happened to set up his farm right in the middle of one of Griffin's main sheep runs.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Never good.
And he made a garden, and then
it's
he...
just the sheep like it so much. I mean, it's...
Favorite
I don't want to be
sheep
rude,
run.
but the sheep seem sad when you're here.
Yes. And they walk up and they go, I don't know what to do right now. There's something here.
Yeah, this guy's squatting, literally. It's gross.
He is Sheep Boy.
We heard that. No, we didn't. I'm kidding. So he steps up in the middle of the sheep run. It had a garden that was only fenced in on 3 sides.
That's all you need.
Classic American.
That's all you need.
It's a fucking fence. Fuck you.
Nobody can get through this fence.
There's only 3 sides.
No, that'll be fine. We got them all covered. USA! USA! All 3 sides are covered.
He planted potatoes. And Cutler wasn't the only guy. Settlers were popping up left and right and claiming their land. Griffin was getting worried. He wrote Douglas, quote, "There are now upwards of 16 squatters who have recently come and established themselves on various parts of the island, all claiming to be citizens of the United States, and they have won and all taken up claims and are making improvements, a log cabin and a potato patch,
Terrible.
on the most valuable prairies I have in possession of my herdsmen and livestock." Sorry. Now, because Cutler only had 3 sides to his fence, Griffin's pigs kept wandering over and helping themselves to a snack.
There's no solution. Name a solution.
I got 3 sides on the fence. What else do you want me to do?
They're all covered and they keep finding loopholes. These goddamn pigs.
I'll build a wall. That's
Keep
the
'em
one
all out.
candidate back then was like, I'll build a wall and keep the pigs out.
Donalius Trump.
Yeah.
One morning, Cutler woke up and went outside to discover a pig digging up and eating his potatoes.
Good
Outside
morning.
the fence, one of Griffin's Hawaiian employees was watching and laughing.
Back in my country, we used to bury you in the sand and eat you.
Yeah.
But now you're eating our potatoes.
Yeah,
It's like
we
the
used to
Yakov Smirnov of Hawaii.
In my country, we used to bury pigs for food. Your country, pigs dig your food. Wow. What a nation.
What a nation.
What a nation.
No,
What a
country.
What an
independent archipelago.
Acapella?
Huh? Okay, 2, 3, 4. From the top, Smirnoffs.
So Cutler went back inside, grabbed his gun, came out, and shot the pig.
Of course.
what?
Don't build an extra side.
Cutler went to see Griffin.
Who's laughing now, Hawaiian guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not funny.
No, the Hawaiian guy, he's like, I'll bury it and fucking cook it. I mean, honestly,
yeah.
he already dug himself a hole for me.
This plays right into my Hawaiian scheme.
Yeah, the long con.
Dare I say, Lou, wow.
Cutler went to see Griffin and offered to replace the pig or to get an estimate from 3 men about how much the pig was worth. and
What?
paid for
What?
it.
Who does that?
know.
Who? How do you?
He said, "I'll get you a new pig, or I'll get you." It's like when you go when you have work done on your car, you take it to a couple of mechanics. So he was going to do that with the pig.
Yeah, you're gonna need a whole new pig here. We're gonna.
It's a write-off.
We're gonna have to write off this one.
Your pig's wrecked. I don't know what to tell you. Needs a whole new snout. Needs new hooves. Curly tail for sure. I don't know what to tell you. Feels like a page 1 rewrite.
Oh, fuck. Griffin was not down with that idea. He said he wanted $100 for the pig. That would be about $2,700 today.
I don't know what a pig's worth today.
I don't either. I don't know what a pig's
How many
worth.
otter pelts? Or beaver pelts? God, goats, sheep, beavers. I'm done.
No, 2,700.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you pay for a pig today?
Oh boy.
As a pet.
No, am I at a midnight auction?
Yeah.
A moonlight auction.
Yeah, a moonlight pressure auction.
Well, I've probably been drinking all day then,
Yeah.
so at least 2,700.
I'll take him.
Right around midnight, the pigs start looking real good.
Closing time, everybody. $2,700.
Okay, let's go.
You see the ham hocks on this one? Holy shit. Cutler said that price was ridiculous. Then Griffin lost it and said Douglas was going to drive all of the Americans off the island. Cutler yelled that the pig was eating his potatoes, and Griffin yelled back, "It's up to you to keep your potatoes out of my pig."
I mean, is that...
Yes.
Irish logic.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
That's what Ireland should be called. Welcome to potatoes out of pigs.
That's like
So-
a don't tread on me. Right. Keep your potatoes out of my goddamn pig.
So they went off in separate directions, completely disagreeing about how to settle the pig issue. Cutler was probably feeling emboldened because the governor of Washington Territory had told Cutler himself that the U.S. would protect all Americans on San Juan Island. The next day, Griffin showed up at Cutler's place with 4 other HBC higher-ups.
Oh, boy.
They said if he did not pay the $100, he would have to come aboard the ship Beaver and then be brought to Victoria. If he did not go on his own, they had a posse on the ship to take him. Cutler refused, and they left.
So...
That seems like it recurs a lot in this story.
Yeah.
Oh, I swear we're going to do this. No. Okay, we're leaving.
All right, well,
Thank you.
do you validate? Or we'll see ya. Thanks.
Now, the only U.S. official on the island at this point was a man named Hubbs. He was the deputy collector of customs. He sent a letter to his boss asking for a large military force to be sent to protect American settlers on the island. And the settlers on the island decided to show all of their support for Cutler. They did this by having a flag-raising party on the 4th of July. All 14 of them.
Fun. 14 flags. Raise 'em
No,
up.
not 14 people, not 14 flags.
Oh, okay. So they just raised the one flag
Yeah.
between. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, not one guy in 14 flags. He's like, we'll see this through. God bless this mess, honestly.
That was the origin of that phrase. God bless this.
God
man.
bless this mess.
A 55-foot flagpole was erected in front of Hubbs' cabin. The flag was raised, quote, amidst showers of bullets, and notwithstanding its ducking and dodging, was struck in its starry night, but got there all the same. So that's American. Yeah. We
Wow.
raised a flag and just shot in the air. Griffin could see the flag from his place. He also probably heard the shooting. And,
It's probably nothing.
and then
All
he,
I see is shooting.
and then he immediately raised the Union Jack. Suck on that, bitch!
Yeah. It's
Now
a
it's
Union
on.
Jack
Now we're in a
off.
flag contest
Yeah.
with
Enter,
host Gordon Ramsay. Go on.
enter
Good evening.
William Shelby Harney. Harney was a military man from Tennessee. Harney entered the military at 18 and was greatly supported by Andrew Jackson his entire career. And Jackson hated the British. When he was a boy, a British officer had slashed him for not cleaning his boots.
We all
and
remember
for
that.
not building me a mansion.
Harney picked up Jackson's hatred for the British and ran with it. Harney was known to have been very strong and fast. He once chased a dog that was tearing up his garden 1.5 miles before catching it and beating it up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa.
What?
Dog catchers used to beat up the dogs?
That was his dad telling him, you know what? The only way to stand up to bullies, you got to stand up. If that dog runs away from you, he's not your real friend.
Imagine that dog 1.5 miles later, like, fine, dude.
What the fuck is, what's happening?
You're good. You're good.
I ate some potatoes.
Just to watch a man beating up a dog.
Yeah.
It's
It sounds like a fist fight.
It's so awful, but there's also something about the idea of if you saw it, you'd be like, well, I'll watch it for a second before.
Yeah.
You
I
gotta
mean, him and
admire
that
the
dog must hate each
tenacity.
other. Yeah.
Harney also had a discipline problem. He once was court-martialed for taking command of his fort when his commanding officer was just away for the day.
Mine! He's Ferris Bueller. Guys, I'm in charge now. And you know what our first commandment is? Party.
How great
Hey,
is that?
you know what? I'm raising the flag on Fort Party.
Yeah.
But again, Andrew Jackson saved him from a court-martial, as he would many times. Harney was also reckless during battles. A colonel wrote of him, quote, "You know the opinion I have of Colonel Harney, that he has no more brains than a greyhound. Yet I consider that by his stupidity he has done more to inject the Indians with a fear of us and the desperate state of their cause than all the other commanders."
Like a greyhound.
So he's just a fucking moron.
Yeah. But he's a brash moron, which helps.
Yeah.
When he was stationed in Texas during the Mexican War, when it broke out, he was given orders to create a force to defend the state of Texas. Instead, he got a bunch of guys together and invaded Mexico.
It's the same difference.
We're coming to beat up your dogs.
Yeah. They were all wearing togas.
once.
We're going to kill Chupacabra!
He took over a small town, and then he was ordered back, but he wasn't really into that. So he waited 5 days and then returned and left all his men behind, who were then quickly killed in another battle. His commanding general said his actions exhibited, quote, "extreme imbecility and manifest incapacity." That's some serious wording.
This is what the new season of Serial is about now.
I mean, when the general wrote that, he must have just been like, "Holy shit! I fucking wrote that."
That came together. That came together at the end. Holy shit. I put a really fine point on that.
I just said manifest incapacity.
Whoa.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, look at me.
Blow me.
All right.
He was Harney was ordered to remain in Texas when the U.S. forces did invade Texas, but instead he invaded Texas.
Interesting.
This led to a second court-martial, and he got off again, this time for being super patriotic. I'm not kidding. But they court-martialed him, and everyone was like, "Well, you're fucking awesome," and they let him go.
We're almost there again.
We find you being guilty of being amazing. Court dismissed. Toga party.
The jury finds you American as shit, and we love it. Yeah, get out of here, you little scamp. Come on.
Any way you want it.
That's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
And so, because he got off, he continued to disobey orders.
Shocking.
And continued to attack Mexico without authorization.
Because when you fucking tell a dude he's Captain America, he's gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Nah, dude, the only thing you're guilty of is loving this country. He's like, well, I'm gonna go fuck some shit up. God love you for it, too, brother. Go get him. Godspeed.
Hilariously, due to his reckless assaults, he won a brevet rank of brigadier general.
Awesome.
So he got...
Yeah.
Okay.
Normal.
He went on to fight against the Sioux when the Mexican War was over, and they gave him the nicknames Mad Bear and the Butcher.
Jesus,
those are,
wow.
I mean, as far as nicknames go in the Native American community, those are tough. That's
also,
not good.
One or the other, not both. Come on. You gotta get both of those awesome nicknames.
My
They are pretty
Native
awesome.
American nickname is Dances to Carly Rae Jepsen.
Still good. And they loved watching it.
In 1858, he was sent to the Oregon Territory. In 1859, there wasn't much going on, so he decided to inspect the northern forts of the Washington Territory. At one point, his ship took him right by San Juan Island, where he saw the American flag and decided to stop. He was met on the beach by a bunch of belligerent Americans who started to tell him about the pig situation.
Let it go.
But that's the first story they tell. Oh my god! I'm so glad somebody else is here.
So there's a fucking pig and some potatoes, and then we fucking shoot him.
Sorry, slow down.
"That's my pig."
Slow down.
And they get $100.
Slow down.
Fuck.
When did this
Okay.
slow down?
Okay.
Slow down.
Okay.
Now what? Hi. Let's
Hi.
start there. Hi.
Hi.
What happened?
Hi.
What are you
So
talking?
we,
No.
we have three. I have a fence with 3 fucking sides, right?
Sorry,
And then-
that's not a fence.
That's a fence.
That's not a
and then
fence.
growing potatoes.
That's not
and
a
then all of
fence.
sudden there's a pig
That's a
and
door. You
and
made
there's
a door.
fucking Hawaiian.
No, you made
laughing
a
at me.
door.
There's a Hawaiian laughing at me.
Of course he is. You made a fucking door and a pig ate your potatoes, you asshole. The fuck are you bitching about?
Hubbs asked Harney to send him a company of soldiers to protect them on San Juan Island. Harney then dispatched Special Orders Number 72, directing George E. Pickett to occupy San Juan Island. He then wrote the U.S. War Department explaining what he was doing and put that shit in the mail. In 1858, so that's going to be a while.
It'll get there fast.
Yeah, it'll
Did he do next day?
Next year, Harney also sent Lieutenant Colonel Casey and his ship, the Massachusetts, to drop off Pickett and his troops and hang around the islands looking for British warships. So Pickett landed with his troops on July 27th and was immediately posted a proclamation. Quote, "This being United States territory, no laws other than those of the United States, nor courts except such as are held by virtue of said laws, will be recognized or allowed on this island."
Good.
It's not U.S. territory.
Right, still. Doesn't matter.
It just so happened that on that day, a one-eyed British magistrate arrived.
God, this thing's just full of characters.
Yeah, but remember him from earlier from the fight?
Oh, Pemmican.
Yeah.
Pemmican Joe.
Yeah. Remember him? He's back. You were like, why include a character so eccentric? Well, he'll come back later.
Yeah, he'll be back. He's also Irish, so he's a one-eyed Irish British magistrate.
I think that would sound a little something.
You know, what a one-eyed Irish. It would just sound rish because there's only one eye. Fun. Fun. We all have fun here tonight.
Yes.
I like a guy who gets mad in the middle of what he's saying.
Because I knew they were going to fight back like those sheep.
So now the one-eyed magistrate was the new justice of the peace sent by Douglas, replacing Griffin, and he was supposed to arrest all Americans who were squatting.
But he could only see half.
He walked. There's 6.
There's 30. Dirt, for what I can see, there's 6. And a bunch of pigs.
He walked right up to Pickett's camp and demanded to see Pickett. The magistrate told Pickett he was trespassing and to get off the island. Pickett then introduced the British magistrate to the U.S. magistrate. He said if he tried...
You guys should meet.
You're in the same line of work.
Be like, you guys want to come?
Magistrate date. Go on.
He said that if he tried to have Pickett arrested, that he would have him arrested. Then he said any American can squat wherever he wants, so the British one-eyed magistrate left.
Isn't that
And
written
that
on
law
your dollar?
stands to this day.
It's the fucking island thing where someone goes up and they did it again. He said, "I'm going to arrest you," and they went, "No." And he went, "Okay, okay,
better
bye."
not.
You make a good point. So that's fair.
Now the newspapers got a hold of it. Headlines in the July 27 Victoria Colonist alerted, quote, "San Juan Island invaded by American troops." Meanwhile, in Olympia, Washington, the paper wrote, "We suppose our neighbors may grumble a little at this summary way of settling the disputed title, but then it is the privilege of John Bull to grumble, and the motley crowd of native-born British subjects congregated in those new colonies can just grumble away."
Dave, isn't it true that whenever we try to spread the freedom, all we get are grumbles?
Right.
It's like they just don't. Like, I don't want you living. You've ruined our infrastructure and our lives. Yeah. It's like, get on board already. Shit. We came over there. We did our thing. Good party. We're out.
And it's classic tabloid journalism, too.
It really is. It's slander.
Check out the grumbliest beach bodies of San Juan Island.
Just a bunch of sheep with their faces blurred out.
Yeah. Are those goats?
You can't tell with the faces blurred out.
On an all-new A&W network premiere.
Are those goats?
Sheep goats. Are they goats?
So this was all happening while the British Pacific Station Commander, Admiral Baines, was away. So
Admiral
Douglas,
Bain? Anybody want to do an impression?
I
No?
can't
Go on.
possibly be there right now.
Is that Donald Trump?
I'll build a fence that'll keep them out.
That's not Bain?
It's me, Trump is Spain. All Muslims must leave. Hashtag hack.
Since Bain was away, Douglas was in charge. So the guy who was still mad about the Oregon Territory was in charge. Of course, he dispatched a warship, the Tribune, to San Juan Island, and another ship, the Satellite, with the Royal Marines. It was on for the pig.
Is it really that?
It's all about the pig at this point. Douglas told the commander of the Tribune, Captain Hornby, not to allow any further armed Americans or to land or build forts, but not to provoke them. There were 5 British warships in the area: the Tribune, the Ganges, the Pallades, the Satellite, and the Plumber. 167 guns and 1,940 men altogether.
What?
The Tribune arrived at the island on July 29th at 9 p.m. The one-eyed magistrate immediately told Captain Hornby that Pickett should be arrested or removed.
Listen to what you just said.
Yeah.
What is
There have been
happening?
8 people so far in the entire thing.
Yeah.
And now there's 2,000 or something.
Yeah.
The British quickly realized they didn't have enough men to take on the Americans, so they requested more from Douglas. They don't have the 2,000 there, but there's 2,000 in the area. Right.
Right.
So, yeah.
Folding sweaters.
Just looking busy.
So the Tribune now had all of her guns pointed at Pickett's camp. Hornby got off the boat, walked up to the camp, and asked to speak to the commanding officer. That conversation ended with Pickett yelling, "I shall make a Bunker Hill of it!" So that's not a good.
Not
that's
good.
not a good. And
Not a fair threat.
That's a bad conversation. Douglas told the next ship, the HMS Pallades, to go. But the guy in charge of that ship thought the entire thing was batshit crazy.
Did you say bat ship or bat shit? Okay.
Batshit crazy. He thought Pickett was fucking nuts, and he didn't think Douglas knew what he was doing, and he was just taking advantage of the admiral being away. And this is in line with British policy, which allowed individual commanders how and why and when to employ force. So a British commander could be like, "No, go fuck yourself.
Now.
Right. Okay.
Now works.
I'm going to pass on your go kill the Americans thing." So the captain got other captains together, all the other captains of the other ships, and they met with Douglas. They all said they shouldn't use force, they shouldn't arrest Pickett, but they could dispatch Marines. Douglas was pissed off, but he backed down. He said he wouldn't arrest Pickett. The captain of the Pallades took off and went to find the British admiral, who was somewhere near San Francisco in his ship. Meanwhile, on the island, things started going batshit crazy. On July 29th, First Lieutenant John Howard ran into Pickett's tent and pointed a gun at Pickett, saying, "I'm going to have satisfaction." Pickett jumped. Oh, whoa.
That's how it starts.
Suck it, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, no, let's dance first.
Yeah. Sorry, that came out wrong. Fuck you. Nope.
No, let's go back to the
How
first thing.
Yeah, the first one, yep.
How did you take it when I ran in and said that?
How will you take it? No, sorry, that keeps coming out right. Wrong. Sorry. Wrong. What am I? I love you. I want to be with you. This gun's not loaded. Can we kiss? How do we?
Pickett jumped on him, took the gun away,
There we go.
pushed him out of the tent. Then he gave Howard his gun back and told him to go back to his tent.
Now,
All right, you learned your lesson.
you had your fun. Here's your ball. Go play in the other person's yard.
Fool me 14 times. Shame on me.
I'm zipping this time. It's zipped. So
Okay? So nobody come in. It's zipped.
don't- Yeah.
Also, hot lava, hot lava, hot lava.
Hot lava, everyone's hot lava.
No,
Lieutenant,
you know what? I'm going to unzip it. You guys are fine.
I don't mean to be like that. Come in when you want. I don't mean to do
I'm
that.
sorry we fought.
Whoopsies.
Who doesn't want satisfaction?
Everyone come in.
Lieutenant Howard walked away, and as he was walking away, he yelled, "You have no authority over me!" And that was true because Howard had been court-martialed in April and was now no longer on active duty or getting paid. But
What?
Pickett didn't know what to do with him, so he just brought him along.
What?
What's he going to do, drop the guy off in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
This is like if a retirement home was in charge of the beginnings
Pig
of a
Island.
nation.
Let's all pretend a lot today, guys.
At this point, pig farmer and assistant sheriff Griffin lodged a written protest and ordered Pickett off the island. Griffin complained about soldiers trampling his crops and stampeding his sheep. Then the tourists and reporters started arriving.
Tourists?
Reporters.
It's being written about in the papers. So everyone's like, let's go see what's going on.
I didn't know tourism was invented.
So people started rolling in. Pickett called them a swarm of tourists. They walked around and looked into soldiers' tents and went on to ships.
They're just without being noted, like without anyone saying okay. Like, oh God, let's investigate.
It's like they're aliens from another planet. Like, let's see what's going on.
Excuse
here.
me, who are you?
Yeah,
Don't worry, we're tourists.
suggested donation, one
Can I-
otter pelt.
Hi, I'm from Vancouver. Can I take that?
Hi.
Oh, it's a gun? Okay, I won't.
I heard a pig ate a man here. Is that true?
Look at him sleeping. What? Hi. We're not from here, so hi. Hi.
One tourist said he had refreshments with Pickett in his tent.
What? It was like, well, if you're here, you want a drink? I don't know. It's a fucking.
Would you like some lemon?
I don't want to be a bad host.
I have potato juice.
I had that pig.
Yeah, I had potato juice.
Now-
I had 2 eyes.
Now, worried about the guns on the Tribune and the tourists, Pickett took his camp and moved it out of range of the ship guns. He moved it to the other side of the island so ships could just sail around the island and shoot at him.
Sorry.
Make a day of it.
He moved it out of the range of the guns, and he just moved it so close to the other beach that they could just sail around and do it there. He's not very smart.
He's like, if you want to do this, you're going to have to get those ropes up.
This is going to cost you like a quarter of a
Checkmate. Or check.
Yep.
Yeah. Or king me.
Or
Whatever
king
you
me. I
wanna
don't know
do.
what it is.
At the same time, another ship, the Plumber, arrived. Now there were 3 British ships and 2 American ships. Meanwhile, Douglas was not down with the talk the captains gave him. If Pickett's soldiers remained on San Juan Island, he decided he would land the Marines. But things were a mess on the island, and the tourists were still poking about.
Hi. Hey. Time for a quick picture. I don't mean to be like that guy, but
Hornby met with Pickett
can I tag you or?
again. And that conversation ended with each of them saying if there was fighting, it would be the other guy's fault. If Hornby landed, if Hornby forced a landing, it would be his fault. And if Pickett did not allow a landing, it would be his fault. Pickett was adamant that the islands were U.S. territory, even though they weren't. Hornby produced what is known as the Marcy Letter, in which U.S. Secretary of State pledged that U.S. officials would not fight the British over the San Juan Islands.
That's bad.
Pickett read it and said he had never heard of it, even though it was right in front of him.
Nope, that's not real.
I'm up
Doesn't
on
seem-
most legislation.
That does not seem like a thing.
Nope.
And the British captain still refused Douglas's order to land the Marines. At the same time, Douglas was getting major shit from British newspapers for not handling the situation. At the same time, the Blades finally found the admiral's ship and told them what was going on, and his response was, quote, "Tut tut, no, the damn fools."
We need to be
British side
saying
said
that
this.
more.
So that guy's coming.
Tut tut, there.
That's
Damn fools.
that's that classic British wit.
Yeah.
Tut tut, no.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I said tut tut.
Did I
didn't I?
mention
I was
tut?
very clear. I said tut
I
tut.
said tut, yes, twice.
Yes, tut tut
And then
squared.
I-
Yeah,
and then
no,
I said,
a single tut, a tut tut.
I said no.
I said no. Tut tut.
No,
Yes.
no.
Tut tut.
So that's over.
So that's done. Next, what's next for me to tut or tut tut?
Yeah.
So the admiral canceled Douglas's orders. Douglas was pissed, but the deal was done. It was over. War avoided. Everything calmed down on the island. Pickett and Hornby started hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, finally.
The British and American soldiers got together, chatted, traded newspapers, and smoked cigars. And the tourists continued to come to the island to see what the brouhaha was about. The first liquor establishment popped up in a tent just off HBC dock.
So
Now, do you
smart.
think when the tourists started showing up, they're like, let's pretend we're angry at each other. Like, for the tourists.
Hey, you stay away from me. I love you. I do love you guys. It's been great to meet you guys. It's been great to meet you guys. I wish we could get a cocktail.
More miners arrived, and with them, prostitutes.
Absolutely.
Tired of fucking all them goats.
San Juan Village was born. The place was suddenly happening. Charles Griffin was amazed and wrote in his journal, quote, soldiers, Indians, and men all were determined to be drunk together. Never saw anything like it.
See, we're not so different.
Yeah.
Once you get us in a bar, we're all the same.
Mm-hmm. But that's not what the man in charge, General William Shelby Harney, thought was going down.
That guy.
He had sent Pickett for a reason. He believed the Brits were on their ships with their guns out, Marines ready to land.
Well, sun's out, guns out.
So, yeah. And he was impressed with how Pickett had handled the situation. So much so that he recommended Pickett for a brevet promotion. Of course, Harney was an idiot. There was an endless stream of soldiers who thought he used poor judgment. One officer who was stationed at San Juan called Harney, quote, one of the weakest officers and most arrogant humbugs in the Army, and not at all qualified for the position. He is a laughingstock wherever he goes, and his administration is a series of blunders and mistakes. He is as callous as a pothouse politician and insensible, I am afraid, to shame. So he doesn't have a lot of respect from the guys.
It's hard to tell what he thinks.
It's like the original roast. Somebody standing up. You are so callous. Good night.
Now, even though everything was cool on the island and everyone was getting along, drinking and partying, Harney assumed they weren't. In his mind, the fight was coming. And even though everything was hunky-dory, Pickett was also somehow still convinced a battle was looming. Harney decided to send reinforcements. So there's nothing happening. It's like now turned into like a party island.
Yeah, hedonism.
It's
And
party island.
Now it's hedonism too.
Yeah, and
then
somebody's
this
like,
guy's
no!
No, there still should be fighting.
Too fun!
So
What is this big thing you've erected?
that's a wicker
A water
man.
slide. We call it a water slide.
Lieutenant
Tut.
Lieutenant Casey was sent with more troops. Pickett warned Casey that the British troops would fire upon his warship when he arrived, but that didn't happen. Casey's ship just rolled in, unloaded their gear, weapons, and troops, and set up camp, and nothing happened.
Shocking.
Casey then went to Victoria to try to meet with the British admiral, but the admiral wouldn't meet with someone who was beneath him.
No.
Oh,
Literally or figuratively, no.
Admiral or better was
Tut,
his.
tut.
Yeah.
Tut tut to that, no. No.
Was his Tinder profile.
Tut
So-
tut to everything.
Into admirals.
Tut tut, tut tut, yay, tut tut, tut tut, yay, tut tut, tut tut, tut tut, yay. Ooh, a match.
Also an admiral.
She's in the
Good.
disputed colony. I hate them.
Akbar, is it?
I am married. I am married, and there was no Tinder before I was married, so I never know anyone it's talking about when it comes to Tinder.
Context clues.
Talking about
buddy.
making fires.
Swipe left. Is that a thing?
No, it tells you who's around you that's not interested in you.
Yeah. Who's tut-tutting you in your area?
Yeah. Who's not interested in you close by?
Yeah. Well, she's tut interested. Do you want to not meet up for a drink?
I'm living on a disputed island.
Bah.
Okay. So Casey thinks that's a sign of hostility that the admiral won't meet with him and ask for more American troops. They arrived and set up their guns on the highest point on the island. So now, all of a sudden, there's guys ready to fight that are back. The U.S. now had 15 officers and 424 soldiers on the
Jesus.
island.
That escalated real
Yeah,
quick.
that was shocking that we did that.
The British were very confused because they thought everything was worked out. Because it had been worked out. But now U.S. troops were pouring in, and they started building a fort.
But this sounds like every good night of drinking. Like, you're like, I thought everything was cool, but this dude's starting to fight over here? Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
He's like, are you going to back
Or you
me?
get,
Let's build a fort.
Yeah, you get so hammered, you're like, yeah, we should build a fucking fort together. Don't you guys think we should live in a fort?
Get the cushions.
Who could drive a wagon? Go build a fort. Fort, dude.
Also, at this point, the miners and tourists were becoming a concern because they seemed to want a fight to happen. And so
Yeah, they did.
the magistrates from both sides agreed to ban the sale of alcohol.
Boo.
Then, just to make things worse, U.S. Customs Officer Hubbs decided to require all ships to clear customs in Port Townsend before coming to San Juan. The Americans just fucking...
Are you sure?
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit. It's like there was a party and Americans were the parents.
And then he quarantined the one-eyed British magistrate's luggage.
We don't want to all lose an eye. His luggage might have blindness in it. Move it away.
It's just eye patches.
Yeah.
The one-eyed magistrate said he would get the warships to fire their guns, but Lieutenant Casey stepped in and gave the magistrate his luggage back.
So nobody ever did.
Wow.
All right, fine. This is
is
the
like-
all right, fine
It
war.
should be called No Threat Carried Out Island.
Yeah.
They called my bluff situation.
Yeah.
Old married
only-
coupled island. I'll leave.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
The
Well, I'll
only-
shoot you then.
Well, fair.
The only guy who got hurt from a threat carried through was a pig.
Yeah. He was asking for it.
Now, different U.S. governors and ex-governors started showing up for a little bit of FaceTime, like it was some kind of political photo op.
Ex-governors, just retire.
They would inspect the troops and hang out with the officers. But back in Victoria, Douglas was fuming. The Americans were digging in. He saw it. He kept writing the British admiral, but the admiral wouldn't respond to Douglas. He thought the whole thing had been handled poorly by Douglas. And when he returned, he set things straight, sending a letter to the British government explaining what he thought should be done. Now, at this point, no one in Washington knew what was going on because it took more than 6 weeks for Hanley's first letter to get across the country.
Holy shit.
When a general received it in New York, he was, of course, freaked out.
He was like, whoa, shit, I hope this doesn't get worse.
He sent it to President Buchanan in Washington, and it arrived on September 3rd. The letter had been sent by Harney on July 19th. At this point, the White House had no idea if they were at war with the British or not.
Sorry, I don't mean to sound out of the loop. Are we at war?
Over a pig?
For a pig that ate a potato?
That's like getting a weird like emoji text and being like, the fuck does this mean?
Don't respond. Don't respond.
You just send me an emoji of a chicken?
Block them.
Well, you call me a chicken?
Are we in a fight?
Yeah. What are we
Send me-
fighting?
you sent me this emoji of a chicken and a pile of shit. Are we fighting? And Buchanan was especially worried because nutcase General Harney, who had invaded Mexico on his own, was running the show.
Party Harney.
So a General Scott was dispatched to put an end to the bullshit. He was a well-reasoned, smart, and older general. On the island, amongst the men, the party continued. Illegal gin mills were popping up, and everyone...
Dude, why did we stop this? Just let a bunch of people get along with gin mills.
And now it's like Party Island.
Yeah, it's
And
party
they're like,
island.
shut it down.
It's fucking spring break.
No, turn the lights on. Get them out.
It's like every letter they're reading, and then it's a smash cut to them, like in Risky Business, like just in their socks, lip syncing the whole time.
You don't have to go to your island, but you can't stay here.
Everyone was getting shit-faced. Prostitutes were now slipping into American camps and doing their business in the tents.
Oh, Americans
Office-
hate that.
Officers-
No. Okay.
Tot tot.
Oh.
That's my safe word.
This is the first time I've met up with a match, so this is fun.
My safe word is Hawaiian. Officers threatened to impose martial law if the prostitutes didn't leave.
Your otter pelt's on the dresser.
I'm about to trade beaver with this lady. I'm about to steam that beaver.
There it is.
There we go.
There we go.
That's where we
We
get
made
that.
it.
So,
Yeah.
what do you say, beaver for a beaver? That was over steam beaver, that?
The one appalled guy.
Yeah.
The one guy is like, oh, fuck, enough.
No, a woman. A 19th century woman's body is a prize.
That you can actually skin that for a pelt.
I don't agree with that. I'm that guy now.
See, you got to know your audience.
Yeah.
When I walked in here tonight, I was like, a lot of 19th century women here tonight.
Yeah. And God bless you.
Better
We
keep it on
appreciate the
up and up, I
downloads.
said.
Downloads are something that
I just come back to England with just a giant ball of pubic hair. I made a killing out in the Northwest.
Did you get our letters? Did you get our letters?
You just said bring
This
hair.
is pubes. What are you doing?
None of them are shaving.
Oh, God.
We gotta clean the chimneys somehow.
How the fuck does my coat have crabs?
Oh, the whole ship has crabs.
Oh, God damn it.
That's my. You know what? That's on me.
Yeah,
That's on
literally,
me.
you're wearing a pube crab coat.
But I like to think of it. As like Noah's Ark for crabs.
Yeah. Two
God
of every
damn.
crab.
And that's how crabs came to England. The end.
Bit of vinegar will be all right.
What?
Go ahead.
Good.
Did you just say a home cure for crabs?
I'm inferring they're eating
a
them.
condiment.
They're eating them?
Yeah.
Oh, crabs. I don't eat crabs.
Their food's bad and they put vinegar on everything.
Oh,
Hi,
they do?
guys.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it couldn't hurt.
In
Well,
it.
I mean, it might hurt if you have crabs.
Yeah.
Pour vinegar on it. Anyways, I believe we were on Party Island.
So General Scott finally arrived and negotiations began. Scott greatly reduced the number of American troops in good faith, and the British in turn reduced the number of ships.
Of sheep.
Douglas asked that Pickett be removed as well, and Scott agreed. The new man in charge was more sane. He wrote a letter to Scott calling General Harney a dull animal.
No, he was a party animal. I think the record will show.
That's when we discovered the party animal.
Yeah,
I
he was
thought-
anything but dull.
I thought that's what dull meant. I wrote that wrong. And Pickett was a man possessed by poor judgment. On November 9th, everything was agreed upon and the crisis was over. The island of San Juan would continue to be shared. Naturally, American newspapers viewed the settlement as a weakness and attacked General Scott. But the settlement was done. There would be no war over a pig. It remained that way for 12 years, and then 1872, Germany served as an arbiter over the matter, and the United States secured the territory. What's up?
Thanks a lot,
What's up?
Germany.
I just came to rub this shit in.
It was the 70s. It was a different time.
Everybody was pigging islands back then.
San Juan Island is 16 and a half miles long and 6 miles wide.
Worth it.
Sounds like your mom.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Worth
How
it.
about that? That was the pig war, you guys.
I can't believe it was all over a fucking pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over a pig. And then a bunch of guys walking up and going, you do this. I'm not going to do that.
But have you had bacon? Ooh, so good.
I blame the Hawaiians.
Yeah. I think in the whole story, it's the Hawaiians that really got it the worst.
Yeah,
right?
it's the Native American with the canoe and the Hawaiians that
Yeah.
really are the dicks.
They were the
and we
two-
are all,
the
you know what I
two people
mean?
who got fucked over the worst.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Look, we worked it out. Right? Here we are doing a show. You guys are all good. It's the fucking Hawaiians.
Yep. You wonder why we put bacon on potatoes. Now you fucking know.
How do you think that island's going to vote in the upcoming election?
Trump.
Trump.
Yeah. Vote pig.
A.K.A. Trump.
That's not cool.
Yeah, that's
sorry, I
not cool.
forgot.
I know a guy who went to the Trump Towers once.
Oh, well, God bless him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
The customary
tried.
way to end a Canadian show.
It was
Yeah.
The end. You just say I'm sorry.
All right, you know how to
You walk
close.
away.
Apologize to your audience.
apologize to your audience.
Yeah. Say I'm
Thank you
sorry.
very much.
Thanks so much for coming out, everybody. Appreciate it.
Well,
Hey, yeah.
Go ahead.
We'll go out, we'll be out there and we'll take pictures and sign whatever and say hello. And then we're not going to record this part, but if anyone could tell me if you can go into a regular store and buy marijuana, I'd love to know that fact. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Gary needs marijuana, but he doesn't know how to get it. Hint, hint.
We're not wearing a wire, are we?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dollop. Give it up again.
Oh, yes, it's Gareth. Not Gary, stop it. Gare Force, listen, I've got a bunch of stand-up shows coming up, and I want to see you there. We can hug. I will be at Rooster Teeth Feathers in Sunnyvale, California, April 18th, 19th, and 20th. Then I will be in Chattanooga, Tennessee, June 18th. I will be at Nashville at Zanies, June 19th. I will be in Huntsville, Alabama, June 20th. I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia, June 21st, June 22nd. Then I will be in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, June 26th. Then I'll be in East Providence, Rhode Island, June 27th. Then I'll be in Boston, Massachusetts, and Boston, June 28th. That's 2 shows. I will be in Springfield, Massachusetts, June 29th, Rochester, New York, June 30th, and then July 5th through the 6th. Canada, I've heard your prayers, and I will answer them. I will be in Toronto. So come join me at the Comedy Bar. Go to GarethReynolds.com for tickets and information. That's right, Gareth Force. We're calling you up. It's the big time. The big leagues. This went poorly.
What if you could find a home with the innovations of the future right now? With access to culture and everything else the city offers in the historic Loretto Heights neighborhood. ThriveHomebuilders.com. Homes of tomorrow, here today.